Welcome back to Basics of Python. In this video, we'll be seeing what variables are in Python. So, what are variables? Well, variables are nothing but containers used to store some information or some value. So basically, Python reserves some of its memory to store some of our values or some information, for example, numbers or strings or any data types. In the last video, if you remember, we did some operations on numbers. We did them directly, if you remember, but what if we want to store the result and use it sometime later? So, like, for example, what if we want to do 10 plus 5, which is 15, and we want to store this result for reuse later? Well, that's when variables come into play, and they play a very important role in any programming language. So, variables in Python. So if you're coming from another language, so Python is not your first language, you might think that we need to initialize variables in Python. But in Python, luckily or fortunately, we don't need to initialize variables. The variables are initialized as soon as a value is assigned to it. We'll see all of this in the code editor later. So when we're naming something, there has to be some rules while we're naming it. So let's see the rules for naming variables. First one, the names must begin with either an underscore or a letter. For example, my underscore name or underscore my name are all valid names. And names should not start with a number. Like 123 ABC is an invalid name, but ABC123 is a valid name. See the difference? That names should not start with a number, but they can start with a letter or an underscore. And names should only contain alphanumeric characters or underscores. In simple words, names can contain capital letters from A to Z, or small letters from A to Z, or underscores, but nothing other than these three types. Oh yeah, they can contain numbers also, 0 to 9. So my dash name is invalid. And names are case sensitive. We should always remember that because we can make mistakes in our code if we forget this part. For example, small NAME and capital N small AME and all capital NAME are all different names because Python is case sensitive basically. And one more tip is try to give meaningful names to variables. For example, if you're trying to store the number of marks a student has obtained, give the variable name as marks underscore obtained or marks is equal to, instead of saying just M, because that would be hard for you to remember, and also for the other people looking at your code would understand nothing of that. So it's better to give the names as corresponding as possible to what you're storing the value as. Now let's jump into our Jupyter Notebook to see our variables in action. So we're in our Jupyter Notebook. So let's try doing an addition operation using variables. So let's say A is equal to 10, B is equal to 7, and I want to add A and B. And so I'm going to store it in C. So C is equal to A plus B. So one thing we have to remember is the value gets stored from RHS to LHS. So basically, whatever you put on the right-hand side of the equal to sign is going to be assigned to the variable, which is on the left-hand side of the equal to sign. So values always travel from right to left. Okay, so C is equal to A plus B, and I want to print C. That should print 17, and it does. Okay, now if you see here, I've used print function again, as in the first video, but I haven't used single or double quotes for our C. So why might that be? Well, the answer is simple because C is a variable, and when whenever we're going to print a variable, we don't need quotation marks around it. But whenever something's not defined as a variable, or whenever something's a string, we're supposed to provide quotation marks for the print function. So as you can see, it prints out 17 here. Now let's take another example. For example, oranges. So let's say I have 3 oranges. Plus strawberries. Print total fruits. There you go, 11 fruits. So as you might have noticed, we can use more than 2 variables. We can do operations on more than 2 variables at a single time. In the above 2 examples, we use numbers. So in this example, we'll be using strings. So for example, what if I wanted to store a name of some person, let's say Bob. In the above 2 examples, we use numbers. So let's try using strings in the next example. For example, if I want to store a name, so I'm going to say name is equal to, let's say, Bob. And I want to say hello, Bob. So what would I do? Well, I would use the print function, print hello plus name. As you might have guessed, this is going to print hello, Bob. Let's say I also want to say welcome, Bob. As you can see, it says welcome, Bob. So what we're basically doing here is in the print function, we've used a string, which is hello, and then plus name. So the plus operator here concatenates 2 strings. So basically, concatenation is the combining of 2 things, where here it is hello plus the name, over here it's Bob. So the use of variables is pretty interesting because if I want to change the name to something else, let's say Max. It says hello, Max, and welcome, Max. So can you see how variables are useful in our programming world? Because when you change one name over here, just a variable, everything or everywhere the variable is used, it changes the value everywhere. So it's pretty useful when it comes to programming. Okay, now what if we want to assign a single value to 2 or more variables? Well, even that's possible, like this. So let's say A is our variable. A is equal to B is equal to C is equal to, let's say, 13. So when I say print A, print B, and print C, it should all print 13 because we've assigned the same number to all of them. And as you can see, it does print 13 every time. What if I decide later on that I want the value of C to be something else? All I have to do is go down, C is equal to, let's say, 25. And now C should print 25, and it does. We can also assign 2 or more variables on the same line. For example, A is equal to A, comma B, comma C is equal to 13, comma 15, comma 20. Now if I say print A, print B, and print C, it should print 13, 15, and 20, as it does. So what it's doing basically here is A, the first variable, is getting assigned the value in the first position on the right-hand side of the equal to sign. So A is equal to 13. And then B, which is the second element, is getting assigned to the second position element on the right-hand side. And B is assigned to 15. And similarly, C is being assigned to 20. So that's it for this video, and I hope you understood how to initialize and assign values to variables. Try to play around with variables, assigning values, printing out the variables, and all kinds of stuff you can do. Try to explore around, and let me know if there's any difficulties, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my abilities in the comment section below. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.